Welcome to our Proven Learning Series session on our recently released feature, Proven Customer Survey. Proven CRM Customer Survey enables users to send survey request forms to customers for completion to capture valuable statistics, allowing you to identify areas to capitalize on and by understanding what you are doing well versus areas that need improvement. This form can be sent based on a predetermined date in the setup, and then that date is selected on the job in Proven Jobs. Based on the setup in the Proven CRM, customers can set the survey to go automatically when the date is selected or to be sent manually within the Proven Jobs Date tab. In this session, we will be covering how to get started with the customer survey and how to set up a customer survey. We will then review the differences between a manual survey and an automatic survey. Lastly, we will look at the reporting and also the alerts that can be set up to be sent to a designated person or persons when there are issues with a survey. Before we begin the session, let's review a few housekeeping items. All attendees have been muted for the duration of the session to cut down on background noise. Your videos have also been turned off during the session to avoid any visual distractions. The recording of this session will be available via our PSA Help library and in addition to our company YouTube channel. Lastly, any questions you may have regarding the content of today's session can be directed to our PSA support team. Support can be reached at support@canamsys.com. The customer survey feature is an add-on option within Proven CRM. To get started using the customer survey option within CRM marketing campaigns, please reach out to our support to have the feature turned on. Please note that a monthly fee will be applicable. Contact our sales at sales@canamsys.com for further information. For customers who do not currently utilize Proven CRM but want to use the survey feature, please reach out to our support to have a session booked with one of our trainers. To set up a customer survey within Proven CRM, select the Marketing Campaign module. In this first screen, users will be presented with the option to select a survey of previously created surveys and also adding a new survey. So select Survey under the Add New Campaign option. In here, we need to enter in a survey title and a survey description, which can be the same. Next, we need to select our office. Please note for customers who have corporate franchise locations, you will see a full list of your CRM locations to set that survey for. Next, we want to choose the date that we want our survey to be sent from when it's selected on the Job in Dates tab in Proven Jobs. Use email address. Select from the drop-down the email type, such as work email, for the survey to be sent. Ensure that the email chosen in the survey setup is on the Job Info tab. For customers wanting to send the survey at the customer record level, please ensure that there is an email address on the customer record. Next, we want to choose our delivery option. Select whether the survey will be sent automatically from Proven CRM when the date type selected is entered on the job in Proven Jobs, or manually from the Dates tab in Proven Jobs. When automatic is selected, the survey will send out to the recipients automatically when the date that is selected on the setup is entered on the Job Dates tab in Proven Jobs. If manual is selected, the users have the option to send the survey even if the date is selected on the job based on the setup. We will review these two options within Proven Jobs later in this session. And finally, we want to enter in a final message that will be sent to the customer upon completion of the survey. And lastly, once we have entered our information, we want to hit Save and Next. The next step to set up the survey is to enter our questions. So selecting our questions option. In here, we want to enter our first question. Once we've entered our first question, we need to now come into the drop-down to select how our customer is going to respond to us. A single line input will allow the customer to enter in a message. Long text input will give them further abilities to add a more explained detail. A radio button will allow the user to add specific items for the customer to answer. A rating scale will allow the customer to be able to add their rating scale. Checkboxes will allow the customer to choose from selected checkboxes as you've entered them. Drop-down will allow you to create drop-down options for the customer's response. Yes or no will present a toggle option. Emoji faces will allow your customer to respond by selecting one of the emoji faces. And lastly, we have our stars, which will allow your customer to make those selections. For this question, I'm going to leave it as my star rating. To add another question, we're going to select plus new question. In here, after we've created our questions, you can review them. Here you can see that I have created several questions with star ratings, got some emojis. I've added some checkboxes for the customer to select. And I've added also an option, a question for the customer to enter in any feedback. Within each question, the user has the ability to apply a points system for the question, and when answered, it will be part of the results. You also have a duplicate option, which allows you to duplicate the current question on. Users can also make a question required, which will prompt the user to answer the question, and they cannot skip it. And then lastly, we have the ability to delete a question. Next, we want to select Preview to review the questions and how they are to be answered. And when you are satisfied with the setup, select your Submit. Once the setup has been completed, the Publish button must be selected for the survey to send. navigate back to Edit. However, prior to selecting Publish, users have the ability to create a message that their email recipients will receive. To edit the default message, select the Email Content option to set up the message to be received by the recipients. The Email Content option contains the message your recipients will receive, which will pull data from the job file based on the fields selected within the message. Should the user wish to modify the existing template and the fields that are pulling from the job, select Show Fields. This will display a list of fields that your customer job will pull onto your survey message. To add a field to the email template, simply click on the Add field, which will copy to the clipboard and allow the user to paste the field. When you are ready to publish the survey, select the Publish button, which will present a pop-up window. Prior to publishing your survey, users must set up in the alerts list a name of an individual or individuals who will be responsible for monitoring the status of surveys sent. Adding a new recipient or recipients to the list of alerts, simply go to the new record plus new record, enter in the name and the email address of the persons responsible for monitoring alerts. For those users that are set up in the alerts list, if there is an issue with a job where a survey has been sent, the user will receive an email letting them know there is an issue with the job on the survey. In this example, we do not have a work email address on our job info tab. Within the source option, this will display the list of surveys sent. It will show the job number, the job name, the email address that was sent, the delivery method, whether it was manual or automatic, and it will also provide you with a status. If there was an issue with a survey that was sent either manually or automatically, users can select the log option, which will explain to the user what the issue is with the survey. When the log option is selected, the message will appear what is wrong with the survey. In this example, it's telling us that there isn't an email address associated to our job for the survey to send with the approved date. Also within the Source tab, users can select the Answer option, which will display the answers from previously completed surveys. In here, we can see the responses from our customers. The Results option will show the results of surveys completed based on the setup of the survey. In here, users can review the job information such as the job name, the job number, the question types, and the questions. It will also show the points based on the recipient's selections, and it'll also give you a result option, which is a weighting of all of the survey results. Still within the Results tab, the user also has the ability to export the report, selecting the Tools option, Export, and choose one of the export options. Lastly, in the Results tab, users have the ability to sort the view based on their desired request. They can see it by question, by job, by the company, by the office. In this view, we have sorted it by the questions, so we'll be able to see a list of all of the questions that have been responded to and their weightings. The Reports option will show a summary of all the surveys sent, giving the user the visibility of how many have been answered, how many have been opened, and the total number of surveys sent. It will also show a breakdown of how many answered by the questions set up. Now let's review the manual and automatic setup from Proven Jobs perspective. When the customer survey is set up for a manual send and the date that is set on the survey setup to send the survey is selected, and if the email has been applied to the Job Info tab or customer email, users will see the Send Survey button. Once the Send Survey button is selected, the button will change to a yellow Sending Survey button, and you will also receive a message at the top indicating that the request to send the survey has been queued and will be sent shortly. And once the recipient of the survey completes the survey, the job will show a green Survey Complete button. Users will also have the ability to print the survey results by selecting the Print Survey button, which will open the report for printing. In here, the users will have the option to choose the print to print their report. For surveys that have been set up to send automatically and the email option and date have been chosen based on the setup, they've been entered onto the job, users will be able to see the orange Survey Sent button on the job. And just like the manual survey, once the email recipient has completed the survey, the green Survey Complete option will appear, as well as the ability to print the survey. Here is an example of the email received by the email recipient, where the recipient can select the Start Survey option. In here, the customer can select their survey options and then select Submit. And once Submit has been selected, the email recipient will receive this message thanking them for completing the survey. And that concludes our session on customer survey. As mentioned, if you have any questions, please reach out to our support team at support@canamsys.com. Thank you.